Thank you, Sir Roger. I want to deal with anti-Semitism and Islamophobia as two examples of a spirit of hate which pervades society. Let me turn first to anti-Semitism. There has been serious concern over the safety of the Jewish population across Europe in recent years, but especially after a series of terror attacks that have specifically targeted Jewish communities in France and Belgium. Anti-Semitism in the UK reached unprecedented levels in 2016 after a 36% rise in the number of incidents from the previous year. The figure shows that just over 1,300 incidents were reported in 2016, the highest on record. Now, the UK has adopted a broad definition of anti-Semitism drawn up by the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance, the IHRA, an intergovernmental organisation backed by 31 countries in a groundbreaking step towards eradicating anti-Semitism. The definition provides examples of the ways in which anti-Semitism manifests itself. The definition will now be used by police, by councils, by universities and by other public bodies. Guidelines of IHRA definition of anti-Semitism are universally understood and need to be acted upon at all times, including by universities. There needs to be a zero-tolerance policy against anti-Semitism, and in the UK this also involves a commitment of over £13 million for security measures for the Jewish community to safeguard all Jewish schools, colleges, nurseries and synagogues to rid this scourge of hatred from the soul of our country. The first step in defeating anti-Semitism is to define it clearly, to remove any doubt about what is unacceptable, so that no one can plead ignorance or hide behind any kind of excuse. Two political parties in the UK have members who have been accused of anti-Semitism, including the Liberal Democrats. I call upon them to make a firm stand on this issue. Political parties have to set an example. In the case of Islamophobia, I want to stress that I think that there is a great role for faith groups in taking this argument forward and dealing particularly with Islamophobia. They may be able to exercise a great deal of calm and tolerance in the current situation. And the one thing that sticks with me after the dreadful terrorist attack on Parliament is not the attack itself. It's the group of imams who got together to say that this level of terror does not belong to Islam. And that made a very big impression on me. We need to recognise that communities are not simply blocks of people with unbroken views. And I have worked particularly with the Ahmadiyya Muslims, who are an extremely peaceful group. More education is required, and we see the importance of this in the Holocaust memorial events, and we also need to see it in dealing with this issue across the world.